everybody. Thank you for being here. I would ask you to take a seat as we are starting in a couple of minutes. Thank you.
We believe. Rooted in conviction inward, we forge ahead with poise and grace. The road never ends at one way. Each unfolds a unique chapter of life. Some follow their hearts and find their own pace in the flow of time. Some reach for the horizon and keep pace with the world as one. There are also those who walk side by side, savor the ease and passion in step with each other. Through storms and sunshine, bends and crossroads, gradually, we learn how to keep our own pace. Hold no haste to prove ourselves. The answer lies in life's own course. Set forth lighthearted and see our real selves shine in the journey. Bold to venture and cherish those who were there with us all the way. This is LEPAS Elegance. We do not race through life, but hold in grace in every bond we hold. Brighten every segment of your journey and infuse every facet of your life with your very own pace and warmth. LEPAS, drive your elegance.
LEPAS.
So good evening, everyone, and first of all, thank you for being here with us tonight, and welcome. So it's actually a great pleasure to see all of these distinguished guests with us in Italy tonight. So first of all, let me actually welcome and say thank you to some VIP guests from HQ and Europe. So I would like to say thank you and welcome to Mr. Ju, Mr. Jai, Mr. Jong, and Miss Mercedes. So this evening marks the European launch of LEPAS, a brand that represents ambition, innovation, but also a new vision of mobility. So tonight is not just about introducing a brand, but it's actually sharing a journey, a philosophy, and a commitment to shaping the future together. Tonight you'll discover more about LEPAS, you will discover more about design, technology, but also the values that we're planning to bring here in our countries in Europe. So thank you again for being part of our journey together, and let's start with our first speaker for tonight. So let me introduce and welcome on stage Mr. Jai, which is the LEPAS CEO. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, members of the media, and partners, the evening. Tonight, we gather in Milan, a spiritual home of modern design. For 62 years, Milan Design Week has established internal standards of aesthetics, the balance of the power and the porridge, the interplay of reasons and sensibility. LEPAS has chosen this Hollywood group to unveil our theme, Here's Elegance, a deliberate tribute to this enduring spirit. At this moment, I extend a special welcome to our distinguished guests from across Europe. You represent the distinction and impulse depths in a European distinguished has agreed. From Italian, a craftsmanship of excellence, to the passionate innovation of Iberia, from classical aesthetics of the Mediterranean, to the forward-looking vision of the Britain. Your presence tonight renders this tribute come later. LEPAS understands elegance through the leopard, nature's most perfect embodiment of power and grace. In repose, it's a silhouette in pure sculpture, in motion. Its pulsive force comes all. We have enforced this aesthetics of the leopard in the precision technology, creating products that are powerful yet complex, contemporary yet timeless, which you'll share we need shortly as we unveil our European debut. Tonight, LEPAS family embarks upon its European journey. From Milan as our starting point, may elegance enter the life of all who pursue excellence. Now, please join me in the journey of elegance. Thank you.
Let's introduce our next speaker, Mr. Zhang, Deputy General Manager of LEPAS.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, partners, and all our LEPAS colleagues from around the world, welcome to Milan. Good evening. I am Zhong Wei from the LEPAS. Today, we are not just debuting a brand. We are here to define a new way of mobility. Let's slow down for a moment. In the morning, you stop for a coffee, not because you have time, but because it matters. During the day, you move through the city, not to rush, but to keep your rhythm. At night, you drive home, the city is quiet, and inside the car, it is the only time that truly belongs to you. This is not about slowing down. It is about being in control of your own rhythm. Today, what we are seeing is not just a new group of users. It is a new value system. People are changing how they see, from the performance to meaning, from speed to rhythm, and from ownership to experience. They don't just ask, what can this car do? But they ask, how does it make me feel? We call them the new exquisite explorers. What they really want is not a more powerful car, but a life without unnecessary interruption. Europe has always been the home of elegance, not only in design, fashion, or architecture, but in the way people live and the way they move. But today, elegance is changing. In the past, elegance was about being seen. It belonged to a few. It meant status and distance. But today, it's different. Elegance is no longer about how others see you, but about how you live with yourself. Elegance is no longer a status. It is a capability to stay composed, to stay in control, and to move in your own rhythm, especially in mobility. But when we look at these cars, the problem was clear. The industry keeps adding more functions, more things to manage, and more decisions to make. Cars are getting smarter, but people are getting more tired. People have to adapt to the car instead of the car understanding you. Life is becoming more relaxed, but mobility is becoming more complicated. This is what needs to be changed. So, this is why LEPAS exists, not to build a more powerful car, but to bring mobility back to where it belongs. LEPAS is inspired by the leopard, a symbol of speed, elegance, and strength. But for us, speed is not about acceleration. It is about rhythm, composure, control, and effortless. So, LEPAS is not here to compete in the same game. We are here to define a new one, elegant mobility. Our position is simple, a new energy brand for an elegant mobility. Our mission is very clear: make technology serve people and make mobility part of life again. And when you say, drive your elegance, we mean you don't adapt to the car understands you. And LEPAS, elegance is not a statement, it's something you can feel. We make it real through 3 experience. When you see the design, it doesn't try to impress everyone, but you will recognize it instantly. Not loud, but confident. Not made to please everyone, but to resonate with the right ones. Leopard aesthetics, pleasant without pleasure. When you drive it, powered by LET, LEPAS Elegance technology, we built a complete intelligent system, LEX Plan 4, intelligent driving and safety, and a smart, intuitive cabin. But our belief is simple. Technology should not be learned. It should feel natural. You don't notice it, but everything becomes easier. At LEPAS, we follow one principle. Technology should reduce effort, not add complexity. This is where every LEPAS product begins. When you stay inside the car, sometimes you don't want to leave the car. You stay a little longer, listen to music, or just enjoy the silence. Because this is your time. The car is no longer just transport, but it becomes part of your life. In the next part, my colleagues will introduce more details on how LEPAS design creates its unique aesthetic and how our technology brings elegance to life. In the new energy area, competition is no longer about the technology alone, but about life efficiency. At LEPAS, we don't follow a single technology route, but we build solutions around real life. PHEV for long distance and daily flexibility, BEV for urban simplicity and future mobility. Because new energy is not just about being greener, it's about making life easier. In the next 2 years, we will launch 11 new energy models covering A to D segment with PHEV, BEV, and HEV options. We aim to support different lifestyles and different ways of living. This year, LEPAS enters Europe, and today we bring 3 core models. They are not just different products, but they are entrance to different ways of living. L8 PHEV. L8 is the most complete expression of elegant mobility. It is a full scenario flagship, elegant, and spacious premium SUV. We focus on the 3 things. First, giving design a true presence. Second, making driving more composed, built on our LEX Plan 4 with 205 kilowatts of power and 1,300 kilometers range, combined with VPD and Level 2 intelligent driver assistance. It is not about going faster, but about being more in control. Third, making space truly serve people. From seating, air quality to storage, every detail reduces burden and increases comfort. So L8 is not about adding more features. It is about a capability to remain composure and certain, even in a complex life. If L8 is about composure, the L6 PHEV is built for balance in everyday life. We focus on 4 things. First, a design that doesn't overstay itself. Second, effortless efficiency. With over 1,200 kilometers of combined range, electric for the city, and hybrid for the longer journeys. No need to think about the range. Third, a space to reset with its flawless origin system, the cabin that helps you recover, not just commute. Fourth, making intelligence feel natural. With 21 ADAS functions and intelligent parking, it is not about showing technology, but about reducing effort. So L6 PHEV is an intelligent and exquisite life SUV. It's making refinement part of everyday life and removing the stress from mobility. L6 BEV, a core SUV for high-frequency urban use, we focus on three things. First, it is the presence. With BEV, the design becomes more focused, more precise, more controlled. Defined by pure electric propulsion and light, lighting that feels alive. This is our new design language, the electric expression of LEPAS aesthetics. Second, a more natural smart experience with the VPD, HNOA, and Bosch IPV 2.0. An AI system it supports driving, parking, and in-cabin experience. Feels intuitive and easy. Third, a space that feels like part of your life. With our cabin scenario system, light, scent, and adaptive modes, the space can shift with your mood and your moment. So, L6 BEV is a global premium tech SUV where everything feels smooth and effortless. Looking ahead, we will also introduce the L4 series in both PHEV and BEV for those who choose their own lifestyles and define themselves. So we will share more information very soon in the future. So when LEPAS comes to Europe, we are not here to change it. We are here to belong. In Milan, it becomes part of design. In Paris, it moves with the rhythm of life. And in Barcelona, it becomes part of the emotion. To become part of your own rhythm in the city, on the weekend, or in your own moments. LEPAS was born as a global brand. We are accelerating our entry into Europe while expanding into the Middle East, Southeast Asia, and other key markets. By 2026, we will be present in more than 40 countries and have more than 700 showrooms. But what matters is not the scale, it's direction. The demand for elegant mobility is growing around the world, and the industry is shifting from the performance to experience. It is a signal that LEPAS is not expanding. LEPAS is being chosen, and together, we are building this brand. In a changing world, everyone is searching for their own rhythm. LEPAS believes there is another way forward to move with composure. LEPAS is not just about mobility. It is about redefining the relationship between the people and the cars. Because when mobility becomes effortless, life becomes truly elegant. Today, we start from Milan. Here's To Elegance, and taking it further. LEPAS, drive your elegance. Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you for your attention during this first section of the speech. So we are here to discover LEPAS, so now you know what it stands for. But before proceeding with the presentation, I would like to introduce the biggest moment of the night. So let's start with the unveiling of our product and L6 specifically. So to join me during this unveiling ceremony, let me invite on stage Mr. Zhu, Executive Vice President of Cherry International and CEO of your region, Mr. Jai, CEO of LEPAS, Nicola Marsala, Business Director of LEPAS Italy, and Andrea Manglaviti, Head of Product of LEPAS Italy. And now that we are all set, let's the unveiling begin. Thank you.
Make me a woman. Said you'll be gentle with me. Hope you will. I know I'd go back to you. I'm trying to relax. Just can't keep still. We're holding on to nothing, and we're holding on to time. Tonight is the night you hold me tight. The world is full of light. Sun and moons all over the place. When I'm coming back to you tonight, 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 so bright, and I'm feeling right. Love me, let me love you, no one else. Love me, let me love me, or nothing. Tonight you hold me tight. Tonight I'm feeling right. Tonight, 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 tonight. Can take me home. You let me do what I needed to when I'm coming back to you. Let me love you, no one else. Love me, let me love me, or nothing. I just keep on coming back to you.
LEPAS.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I kindly ask you to get back to your seat. And let me introduce the next speaker, Andrea Manglaviti, Head of Product Italy. Thank you.
Hello, good evening. Welcome also from my side. I'm Andrea Manglaviti. I'm responsible for product for the LEPAS brand here in Italy. But today, this evening, I'm here not to talk about product features, but to tell you the story behind the LEPAS concept, the LEPAS design language. When we start, the first question we start with was, what is our customer? What is looking for our target customer? Why we need another brand? To tell what? What is the message? What is the kind of car, of product we want to do? And the answer to this question was we want to target customers that are looking for an emotional product. These people are people looking for elegance, style, charm, and fashion. Are people looking for emotion to be shared with family and with friends. That's why we decided to start with exploration, with precision as always, but also with a bit of ingenuity. Because we decided to start a process without any constraints, without the limitation that we have when we say we always do it like this. So we start a new journey. And the first concept we came with in the next slides. Yes. And in the next slide, the concept we came with, yeah, exactly, was the natural energy. We tried to merge together the harmony, the elegance of the nature and the power, the energy of the humankind. That's why we came up with the leopard aesthetic in the next slides. Yes, exactly. So the final result of this process was the leopard aesthetics. What does it mean? We tried to understand what was the perfect combination of elegance, natural power, and the result we came with was exactly the leopard. Leopard is not just giving the inspiration to the design of our products, it's also giving the naming of this brand. LEPAS is the merging of leopard and passion together. This is exactly where our designers start with. If you look, the sketch starts exactly from the silhouette of the animal, and then naturally flowing to the silhouette of our beautiful products. That's why we came up with this concept that was clearly inspired by the leopard, with an unconventional character, with a powerful presence on the road, and an agile, a nimble attitude. And as you can see, we can find the leopard in every single details of this beautiful design, starting, for example, with the design of the headlights that are clearly mentioning the leopard eye. And then all the beautiful surface of our products are inspired by the fine porcelain. This beautiful design is clearly showing a sense of tense presence on the road that can be also perceived looking at the car from the rear. When we look our products, L8 or even the new L6, you can clearly see the silhouette of the leopard, ready for the jump, ready to move forward. But of course, LEPAS is not just L8, but it's also L6 and L4, as we saw before. And today we are here to introduce for the first time in Europe the LEPAS L6. L6 is available with two different powertrains, PHEV and full electric, BEV. And our designer decided for the BEV version to infuse a specific front design. Because for the electric version, we decided to increase the sense of speed, the aggressivity of the design. And also, we decided to keep the leopard characteristics also here on the electric car. And this is exactly what we have done with the new headlights and the new front grille of the LEPAS EV. Of course, this has bring also an improvement in terms of aerodynamic. In the next slides, yes. As you can see, next one, thank you. Yes, exactly. As you can see, thanks to the new radiator grille, the new design of the headlights, we managed to improve even the drag efficiency of the LEPAS L6 PHEV versus the electric version. But of course, the design is not just exterior. When we talk about design, when we talk about brand consistency, we need to talk also about interior. That's why, in the next slides, we can also see how the nature was the inspiration for the inside of the car. As you can see, the central tunnel is characterized by this waterfall design, starting from the central screen, moving to the central tunnel. And this, of course, has been the inspiration, not just for one car, but for all of them, with a strong sense of consistency among our lineup. L8, L6, L4. All of them, they have the same layout, the same concept. But of course, interior is also made of small details. That's why on L6, you can find the central tunnel, the audio speaker, the rotary knob, all elements that have been designed with a lot of precision and sense of elegance. And sense of elegance, of course, can be found also in the color, exterior color of our car. Looking at the exterior color of our car, you can see the sense of energy and the natural inspiration. But of course, this is not just the final step of the process. LEPAS is much more. LEPAS is not just a car with a beautiful design. LEPAS is a way of living. That's why this is just a start, and this is also the way we come up with the final LEPAS Drive Your Elegance. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Andrea Manglaviti. And now I'll introduce on stage our next speaker, Peter John Matkin, Chief Engineer and CTO for Europe Research and Development Center. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, media friends, and distinguished guests. My name's Peter Matkin. I'm the Chief Engineer and the CTO of Chery Europe R&D Center, based in Frankfurt, Germany. I joined Chery in 2010, and so now it makes me the longest serving non-Chinese employee in Chery. And prior to that, thank you. And prior to that, I was the chief engineer at Jaguar Land Rover, responsible for all brands. And tonight, it's my pleasure to be here at the Milano Design Week and introduce to you some of the technology that we've deployed in the two vehicles that you see here for LEPAS and the overall LEPAS brand. I always feel it's a little bit of a graveyard slot when the engineer gets the end and straight after we reveal the design, but I'll try and make it as interesting as possible for you. So why Europe? Well, you know, Chery have been #1 in export sales globally for the last 22 years from China. But coming to this market, we know that the customer knowledge, their expectations, it makes this market the most difficult market to conquer, more than 100 years of history. And everybody totally understands what the vehicle represents for them and their lifestyle. The driving conditions in this market, the speeds, the different road conditions that we see. And Europe sets this standard, and it's a natural evolution for Chery to now enter into Europe with our new technology. So why LEPAS? Europe already has a lot of brands, and they're not short of choices. A lot of new cars, a lot of existing cars. But we think what they lack is the technology experiences that truly align with their values. And with LEPAS, we aim to provide a balance of performance and drivability, a coherent balance between the aesthetics and the function, genuine usable technology. So customers pay for user-friendly, well-designed experiences. Our strategy is simple. People first, redesigned for a new energy area. And today I want to introduce to you the LEPAS Elegant Technology Strategy. We call it 1 + 2 + 4 + N. 1 stands for our all-new platform, the next generation of new energy architecture called LEX. L for linkage, X for excitement, E for excitement, X for exploration. And it's built on a global R&D network. It drives ultra-high bandwidth, strong compatibility, and advanced technology. It features a new native electrical architecture with high-powered chips. This enables a huge parallel data processing in millisecond-level response times. Critical data communications and customer convenience features can communicate in the blink of an eye. 2 stands for our new 2 powertrains, the hybrid technology and the all-new electric technology. It's a new era of electrified performance. LEPAS Super Hybrid, featuring a dedicated hybrid engine and a dedicated DHT transmission. The LEPAS Super Electric, built on an all-new full high-voltage ecosystem, including advanced e-drives and next-generation batteries. For Super Hybrid, it delivers this perfect balance of performance and energy consumption. At the heart of our all-new engine is a combustion process that delivers a world-beating 44.5% thermal efficiency. It's truly world-class. And a permanent magnet flat wire motor for high efficiency to deliver outstanding range and minimizing intrusion into the cabin space. For Super Electric, we focus on reducing those real customer pain points with high voltage fast charging for 8 minutes for 500 kilometers of range. Our battery safety extreme tests offer a protective cage for impacts, full water emission for 48 hours, and IP65 connectors. The battery management system is capable to shut down the battery in milliseconds in the unlikely event of any particular issues that might happen. And it optimizes the performance and efficiency, and so now you can have both performance and economy. My engineers have tested European charging infrastructure to make sure that we have full compatibility with all charging stations across the whole of Europe. The 4 stands for 4 human-centric engineering domains: chassis, intelligent driving, smart cabin, and safety. Starting with chassis, we integrate premium-level technologies with European driving DNA for a more refined and confident ride. We use premium technologies to support us, the DTCS distributed traction control and a CDC adaptive suspension. And our upcoming L6 BAV will debut the Bosch IPB 2.0 integrated braking system. This delivers millisecond response and precise, smooth control. European tuning for European roads. We have the Alps, we have the de-restricted speeds, fast, twisty curve country roads, and poorly maintained roads in Eastern Europe, and small city roads in Spain and Italy. We evaluated all of these conditions. We're testing for ADAS, for charging, for MVH, for smart cockpit, connectivity, and vehicle dynamics. And we're committed to bringing this superior driving experience to the market even faster. In intelligent driving, our goal is high customer convenience and effortless mobility. ADAS technology provides convenience and safety, and we also have autonomous driving ready for the future when the legislation changes. This year, we will launch the Highway NOA in selected regions. This covers your entire journey, making it much more convenient, much more comfortable, making long-distance driving much more relaxed and enjoyable. And at the same time, we'll introduce the world's first VPD system. It's aimed at the lead in intelligent parking. We evaluated every possible parking situation to provide a convenient solution for our customers. In the smart cabin, we leverage AI to create a next-generation intelligent companion, voice interaction, and with a large number of languages available, and more to come. LEPAS becomes truly intuitive, understanding not just what you say, but what you mean. We also deliver premium features, immersive surround acoustics, ENC active noise cancellation, water ion air purification, and adaptive seating. First-class comfort and convenience, and I can see a lot of you who were looking at the static view earlier tonight. It's a really nice place to be. Safety also is the foundation of everything that we do in R&D. We engineer to the highest global standards, targeting the ultimate protection. Smart use of high and ultra-high tensile strength steels provides a safety cage for the cabin in all situations. With a class-leading structural rapid airbag deployment, we provide enhanced protection in rollovers and also for any secondary impacts. With advanced safety technologies, we can prevent the risks before they even happen. For EV crash scenarios, the the L6 BEV introduces a comprehensive post-collision safety system, automatic door unlocking, hazard light activation, window lowering, and the e-coil for emergency response. So one platform, 5 domains, and a wide array of cutting-edge technologies. Each one may stand out in itself, but what truly matters is how the advanced technology and how it serves our customers. That's the value of LEPAS and what we're bringing to Europe. And of course, the most exciting part, our products. Our ambition is clear. We're bringing a lot of new programs, we described it earlier, in the next year, and we'll expand the lineup in the next 3 years. Different products, one consistent promise, advanced, high-quality experience, making elegant technology truly tangible. With that, I thank you for this evening. I hope you enjoy the rest of the night and any questions we can take after the event. Thank you.
So I know that the unveiling of the cars created a great enthusiasm for all of you, but I promise you will have time to take pictures, shoot videos, and everything right after our presentation. So let's move with our next speaker. So now we talked about technology and design, 2 important pillars for our brand. But let me say that when we introduce a new brand in a new market, we also have to take into consideration another important pillar, which is a strategy, and especially a market strategy. So regarding this topic, let me introduce on stage our next speaker, Mr. Zhu, Executive Vice President of Cherry International and CEO of your region. Thank you.
So first, before my speech, I want, as a representative of the European region, to say some apologize because the rules issue, so we cannot put too much seat. So sorry, some of the respected guests, which we can do stand. I will try my best to shorten my speech to save your times, and then you enjoy with our car, okay? So good evening. So dear media friends and the partners and our guests. So the ladies and the gentlemen, I think it's a very honor to gather all of you be here in Milan, which is that city is a perfect balance of heritage, designs, and innovation to celebrate the official launching of LEPAS brand. So I think today is a big day for LEPAS, as well as also is one of the milestones for Chery Automobile, the long-term commitment to European. You know, the European has always been at the forefront of the global automotive industries. It sets the benchmark for technology, sustainability, and also the user's experience. So our strategy is clear. So in Europe, for Europe, and finally be Europe. So this is not a slogan, and it's how we design, produce, invest, and also collaborate. So LEPAS is representing the next innovation of the Chery's in European, the refined, sophisticated, deeply aligned with the Europeans' lifestyle and experience. So maybe you can see the previously Mr. Zhai and Mr. Zhong, they didn't have the touch because they wanted to be more elegant. But I'm the businessman. I need to respect, so I have the touch. So the LEPAS
is created to reflect the Europeans that tested. So you can see this is from the design language and also primarily experience, which later you can enjoy for the European customers. So over the past years, so Chery has achieved the state global growth. So in 2025, so our global sales reached 2.8 million units. And with 1.3 million units, we deliver worldwide. So this has made us the #1 of the Chinese automotive brand in global expansions for 23 consecutive years. So in 2025, the Chery Group achieved sales 900,000 of the new energy vehicles. So for the 4 years, which around 55%, the year in the years, the growth reached all times is high. So today, we served over 19 million the customers worldwide. So across the more than 130 countries and regions. So in European, for European, it started with the local partnership. So nearly now we have 180,000 cumulative sales achieved in the past times in European regions. So we are also the deepness our collaborations with the local partners, so components suppliers and the research institutions and so on. So Chery's growth so always rely on the strong local ecosystems. Like we have our production base in Spain, Barcelona, with the Ebro, and also we have the R&D center in Germany with Peter Martin, and also we have many local employees, and also we have the many local suppliers which they have the long-term cooperation with Chery. So with their support, so we are building an integrated systems to covering the R&D, production, sales, and the service that is truly embedded the Chery into the European industry ecosystem. So this is allow us to design the vehicle based on the European regulation, standards, and the driving experience. So European is the redefine the mobility, digitalization, and the user experience. So Chery is the evolution from the car maker to mobility ecosystem creators. So the middle European owns the transformations. So from the car to the car plus ecosystems, such as the robot, flying car, and we aim to create more integrated and intelligent mobility experience for our users. So for us, the innovation is about how people live, move, and connect. So LEPAS is the perfect into this vision. So elegant, intelligent, mobility, and designs around the users. So in just 2 years, Chery in European has moved very fast from entry to accelerations. So each new market we enter strengthens our understanding of the Europeans as a diverse and a demanding region. So LEPAS, beyond on this is learning curve from the day one, from today actually. So in order to meet the customers' diversified the demands, the Chery plans to launch the different brands and the product lineup to meet the customers' demand. So this is how we be European. So by respecting its diversity and the culture's sophistication. So it's in the contents that LEPAS is introduced. So LEPAS is more than a new brand. It represents our vision for a lifestyle-oriented and mobility solution and designed for the European customers who value the elegance, good quality, and the refined experience. So it brings together good designs, advanced technology, and the sustainable approach to the mobility. So in terms of the product, so LEPAS also will focus on the new energy and the hybrid technologies. So supported by the Chery's advanced super hybrid systems. So our goal is to deliver an advanced combination of balance of the performance
efficiency, and comfortable. So tolerate to the experience of European customers. So this is for European. So technology that is fits the real European condition and the consumers. So looking ahead, we will continue to expand our presence in European. By the end of this year, so LEPAS will enter to most major European market, supported by the growing network of the local subsidy and the distributors. So our approach is disciplined. We grow where we can add value and build trust and ensure a premium customers experience. So we firmly believe that the true globalization is not about simply exporting the products, but about becoming part of the local ecosystems. So Cherry is committed to being a long-term participant in Europeans, so working closely with our partners to create the shared value and the sustainable growth. So to this extent, so Be Europe also means living European values, sustainability, social responsibility, and community engagement are integrated to how we operate. So for the biodiversity protection to the global partnership with the UNICEF, so Cherry European is committed to contributing positively to societies. So LEPAS will carry this responsibility forward as a part of the brand DNA. So the LEPAS is the beginning of the new chapter for Cherry in Europe. So we are here to listen, to invest, and to grow together with the European partners, institutions, and the consumers. So in European, for European, and Be European. This is our promise, and the LEPAS is our proof. So LEPAS will soon launch is the full lineup in European, and the deliveries are localized the brand philosophy together with the products and the service experience to tolerate to the European market. So finally, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all our partners, the media friends, and the guests for your continuous trust and support. So let us looking forward an exciting future for LEPAS in Europe. Thank you.
So thank you again to Mr. Zhu for the introduction. So I will start this section with a simple line, which is not only for business, but also for the future. So as mentioned, with LEPAS, we're entering the market also with the idea of create a strong connection with the people and with our territories, not only from a business perspective, but also from a social and ESG point of view. So with this premise, I would like to invite on stage our last speaker, Ms. Mercedes, to talk about our commitment in these territories. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, and thank you. Thank you for saying those wonderful words. I think that it is a pleasure, actually, to be here with all of you, distinguished guests, friends from LEPAS, and ladies and gentlemen. I think it's an honor, actually, because today, I mean, we're here in Milan opening, this LEPAS, and at the same time, you thought about the part of the environment, and this is wonderful. So for the ones of you that don't know what is the International Union for Conservation of Nature, and I don't know if the slide, yeah, sorry, apologies. I just want to briefly mention that we can be considered the lead authority of conservation of nature and its natural resources. We have around 1,400 members and around 18,000 scientists that work together to develop the science and then leads all those actions that we do on the ground. Not only on the ground, we also connect with the policy. I wanted to also mention that, since 2024, we were able to develop this collaboration with Cherry, with the Cherry is the Nature Partnership. And at the moment, we are starting today with LEPAS a project here in Italy. So it's a wonderful thing. I wanted to add that it's going to be linked with the World Heritage because IUCN, among many, many, many other things, we're technical advisors on nature for the UNESCO World Heritage. So what are these World Heritage UNESCO? Please, next slide. This World Heritage actually are those sites, those pre-selected sites in the world that we think and we know they're unique. They're unique for many reasons that they should be protected just because they are special. But not only because of that, it's because they're really an example of how these landscapes do drive together the economic with the biodiversity and nature conservation. And unfortunately, I mean, those areas are suffering a little bit, like all of us, due to climate change, I mean, these are wonderful places, and they can have a lot over tourism. And the landscapes are shifting because of the uses of the land. So one of the examples that I wanted to put is we're in Italy, and two beautiful places will be included in this project. Is the Val d'Orcia and the Cinque Terre National Park. These two, as I was mentioning, they're World Heritage because they are demonstrating that this co-evolution of humans in nature, they can work together. They have to work together. Nature goes with the economy, and we are pretty happy to allow this happening and to just provide this to the world and let them know. But we're going to do this in Italy, right? I mean, this is wonderful. World Heritage is incredible. So how are we going to put this in place in Italy? We're going to develop 3 different activities. The first one is we want more people to know. We want people to understand why it's worth to give all this effort to protect these areas. So we're going to do immersive actions with LEPAS, employees and customers, to drive and do actions on the ground so you understand how this conservation is needed, how difficult it is, but at the same time how special and good it is. The second thing that we're going to do is we're going to lead a program that we as co-run, as IUCN, that is the World Heritage Leadership Program, in which we support some managers from these areas to get more tools in order to understand how to protect them, at the same time that we bring the communities and other economic sectors to work together in a holistic way to protect this. The third thing that we're going to do is to work in storytelling, to really keep raising the voice, not only for these areas, for many other ones that are out there that are really worth protecting. So I just wanted to close thanking again LEPAS, thanking again this initiative, understanding that this the mobility and the sustainability go together, and they really understand it. They really understood that the environment and the economic has to go together. So thank you again. Thank you for allowing the opportunity to be here. And with the last slide, I would just close my presentation. Thank you.
So thank you to Ms. Mercedes. So we're now at the end of our presentation, so thank you for your attention. The event will continue, though, with, I will say, more an entertainment phase. So please enjoy the dinner, enjoy the music, enjoy the night. Before closing, I would like to invite on stage Mr. Ju, Mr. Jai, Nicola Marsala, and Andrea Manglaviti, and the first row of people seated, just to take a picture together and celebrate this journey together. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you.